Hi, I'm Kyle and this is Julie. We're here with Don and Alex in part 1 of Couple Talk, cracking the code to a deeper connection. So what is part 1?
There are 2 parts to Couple Talk. The first part is the connection part. We work on listening skills, speaking skills, putting it together for dialogue. We have fun exercises, positive exercises that build closeness in the relationship. Part 2 then later deals with conflict and working through conflict.
And that's called cracking the code to handling conflict.
And this connection part is an important foundation. So I'd like to say a few things to you hosts about kind of the key role that you play in the success of Couple Talk for the participants. This program has the potential to revolutionize a marriage. It has the potential to inspire and renew, help couples work through issues that they've been struggling with and maybe not having success. It's likely that there will be many marriages saved because of this program. We've already seen it up to now, and perhaps in your venue there will be couples that are really struggling, really having a tough time, and this might be the thing that they need, the thing that helps them to get over the hump. And in those cases where marriages are saved, it's not just the couple that benefits. The couple does benefit, of course, but their kids benefit. And then that trickles down for 3 to 4 generations. So we're talking about lots of positive impact for every individual couple that gets help. So as hosts, you have the privilege of making this happen for these couples, providing the venue, making the environment welcoming and safe, giving encouragement to couples that you see in the class who are having a tough time. These skills work. So you as a host can help that process to be more effective and to help more couples by the way that you manage the class. So we'll give you some great tips. It's not hard. You're not going to be teaching. You're not going to have to do any major public speaking, but creating that environment that's safe will really make the difference.
Yeah, it's important to remember how the host really can affect the class and then affect the lives. Yeah. So jumping into session 1, trading places, what will be going on during this one?
One of the things that will happen is the participants will be using their workbook for the first time. So you'll be wanting to see that they all have them in hand, that they have their pens ready, and that they're opening their books. And the workbook follows page by page, so that's set up in an easy manner. What they'll also be doing, though, with each of the pages is probably filling in some blanks or marking on those pages. One of the things we'd like to see you hosts do is fill in your blanks, because perhaps there was a distraction or something happened where they didn't pay attention at that point and fill in a particular blank. And they're probably going to be coming to you and saying, you know, what was this answer here, or this blank, what is that word? And you'll want to make sure that you have been paying attention and filling in those blanks. So you follow along just like they are and participate with filling in all the blanks and what we ask you to do in the workbook.
Session 1, the one we're about to get into, is called Trading Places. What can we expect?
Well, we begin with some teaching, and we tell our story about our early days of marriage. There's also a couple of video clips that the participants will see showing an unskillful argument by a couple, and then turning it around and using Couple Talk skills to work through the same issue in a skillful way. So there is some teaching. We set up what Couple Talk is about for the participants so they have an idea of what to expect. There are also a couple of exercises. The main one is called Childhood Memory, and then we also have one called Partner Appreciations.
Tell me more about the Childhood Memory exercise.
In that exercise, each of the participants will tell their partner a story from their childhood. And they will, the partner will listen to it and tell it back in a particular way.
And it's a story of an event that happened to them as a child that had some emotional impact on them. So we ask the participants to take some time to think back to a time when something happened to them that had either positive impact on them in their feelings or negative.
And this is often a very powerful exercise. Sometimes the story that is told by a participant will have a lot of emotion to it. There may be tears. And as a host, at this time, it's helpful to be accepting and warm and gentle. And if somebody's having a difficult time or there is a lot of feeling, to validate that, not to try to squelch it. And it's nice to have Kleenex available somewhere so that...
Yeah. Right. What I have done sometimes is just very subtly walk by and just hand the person a tissue. It's not a thing to do to run over with a box of tissues and put it in front of them. It's just something to just
tissues falling from heaven.
Yeah.
They just appeared.
Right. Almost secretly,
Yeah. So it's just to kind of treat it like, yeah, that happens. We have seen many times participants crying, and what's really wonderful is to see what happens between the partners, because there's a closeness that happens and they really connect. Some consider this exercise the most powerful one in the whole program. And so you may see some couples who walked in who are distant and walk out. We have seen it again, just close and
renewed.
Excited, yeah.
Renewed.
But also there's going to be some participants who say, I don't get it. They were telling me a strange way to talk back. I had to talk as if I'm my partner, and I didn't quite get it. It was awkward. You know what, that happens a lot too. So whatever their experience is, whatever the couple's experience is fine, it's okay. So just have that attitude that if it was great, that was wonderful. If they had trouble, just keep plugging away. There's plenty of other exercises that'll be coming to help you practice that same skill.
Now, it's trading places. Are they going to be physically trading places?
Actually, yes. And this is one of the things that's really important in teaching from a distance learning. We want the participants to have the best experience at learning this skill. And we do ask the couples to actually physically trade chairs. If Don were telling his memory of the event that happened in his childhood, then it's my turn to tell his story back to him. We would actually physically stand up and I would sit in his chair. And make sure that the couples do that. You will probably find that couples will forget, and that's okay. But if you have a chance to encourage a couple to, go ahead and trade chairs now, that will really help them become their partner, which is what we're wanting to get them to do, stepping into their partner's shoes. So encourage that trading of chairs.
As a gentle police person.
Yeah,
That's right.
Exactly.
Good.
You mentioned something about partner appreciation. What is that exactly?
The partner appreciation exercise we like to do at the end of each session. And in that exercise, the couple names something to the other that they appreciate about them. And often couples haven't heard an appreciation or a positive from their partner for months, even years. So again, this exercise, although very simple, has powerful impact in some cases.
Do you remember one time we were teaching a class and we asked, what was your experience about hearing your partner say something they appreciate about the other? And a man who said, I'm excited to get home tonight, or I'm looking forward to getting home tonight. It just brought that couple together. I mean, just to say that positive thing, it is so fundamental. It's if there's one thing they remember to do after they leave the Couple Talk program, if it's giving partner appreciations would be our hope.
Yes. It's very simple, and we hope that becomes a natural habit for the rest of their lives.
Is there anything that the host can do to encourage them to keep on doing this after Couple Talk after they've completed Couple Talk?
We've put that in the statement that the host will read at the end of the class, as he's dismissing the class, that encouragement to continue giving those appreciations as often as you think of it.
Sweet. Okay. So basically, in summary, make sure they trade places and encourage them that even if it's awkward to press on, it'll set a great foundation for the rest of the series.
And we would like it if you would encourage them to do the making it real exercises. So just a reminder to do that work before the next session would be really a great thing to do too.
In those exercises for making it real, Some of it is repeating the exercises they've done in the class. Some of it is preparing them for what's coming in the next session. Might be choosing a topic to use in that next session. It might be some reading that'll prepare them to hear the teaching in that next session. So as the host, giving that encouragement to do that is a real plus.
Great. Well, thank you, Don and Alex. And you guys can go to coupletalk.com for additional resources and tips.
And from one host to another, have a great session.